Today's tutorial, we're going to be talking about Python turtles. So at cs20.ca, scroll down and get yourself to this program here. So under Python Getting Started, you want to look for our first turtle program, number 9 right there. So a couple of things to talk about here as we get going. Essentially, what I want you to think back to is when we were using Scratch and we brought in the pen tab, and we were able to move the character around and leave a trail behind it. That's very much the same thing as what we're about to do now. So in Python, we can import the turtle module, and when we do that, what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to then move a character around the screen and leave a trail behind it. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure out how to make that happen. So to begin with, you can see that in the textbook here, there's going to be a simple bunch of commands right here. If you hit run, what you're going to see is you didn't see it there, but if I refresh this and scroll down just a bit, I'll zoom out here so you can see it. So it's going to pop open a window, have this turtle move, and then turn and move up. Okay, so you can run this code directly in the textbook, but you can also do this inside of Thonny. So let's do it in Thonny here. So if I open up Thonny, I'll make a new file. And without looking back at the textbook here, I'll just try to talk you through all of the lines of code that would work for something like this. So if we import turtle, that's going to be our very first line. And what that does is Python now looks inside the current folder for a file called turtle.py. And if it can't find it, then it looks in the standard library for turtle.py. So what that means for you is you can't save this file as turtle, because if you do, then it'll find this file when you import turtle, and that's going to mess everything up. So save this file as anything except for turtle. So for me, I'll save this as like whatever, first turtle demo or something. And so now after we've imported the turtle, if we give this a run, you're going to see that nothing breaks. So by default, turtle is a module that Python can see. So it did that. It just didn't actually successfully do anything. So our process is we need to first create a window upon which to draw. So I'm going to say like canvas equals turtle.screen like that. And if you run this, what you're going to get is now a window that you're able to draw on. So it looks something like this. Okay? And let me just talk you through the idea. So here we're assigning that window to a variable called canvas. And we are saying within the turtle module, so just like inside of Reborg when we said library.turnRight or whatever, here we're saying look inside the turtle file and run a function called screen is what's happening there. Notice that it's a capital S, and because it's a function that we're running, we've got the brackets at the end of it. Okay? So not only are we going to create a canvas upon which to draw, but we also need to have some kind of turtle to do that drawing. So if we said like Anshu equals turtle dot capital turtle like that, there's a function inside our turtle module that's a capital T at turtle, and then the brackets at the end means we're going to run this. And if we hit go, what you're going to see is now we have this little arrow sitting there. And that is Anshu. That's our variable that we've created a turtle with. Now this one looks more like an arrow than a turtle. So if we wanted to change that, if we wanted to make it do different things, we could say like Anshu equals, Anshu dot forward by however many pixels, let's say 50. If we give that a run, you're going to see that now this thing pops up and then moves forward by 50 pixels. And if we wanted to change that so that rather than just moving forward by 50 pixels, let's say that we wanted this thing to look like a turtle, just like we can call .forward, we can also call something like Anshu.shape and pass in the string turtle. And if we did that, now we can see that Anshu looks like a turtle instead of like an arrow. So we're able to, as soon as we define this turtle as a particular, so this is an instance of a turtle right here. And now that we have that variable, we can define characteristics about it like this, and also call behavior like .forward or whatever. And so some of the basic ones that you're going to want to know, so we can go forward, we can turn left by some number of degrees, let's say like 45 or something, and then move forward again by some amount. And if we did that, you're going to see that Onshu moves a bit, turns 45 degrees to the left, and moves a little further, right? So the basic idea is very, very similar, as I say, to what we did in Scratch. So what I'd like you to do right now is I want you to take just a little bit of time, scroll down in here, and I want you to take a look at these mixed up programs. So at 9.11 is where you're going to start. And essentially what I've done is I've described in words how this thing is supposed to work. And then you can see a little picture here. And what you're going to do is you're going to drag and drop the code down here to try to make this image happen. So we want it to draw this. So again, you'll just drag the code over into whatever order you think it's supposed to be, and then hit check me. So go ahead, I want you to try all these mixed up programs right now. Give it a go, and then once you've finished that off, you can resume the video. So pause it for now, go try those. Okay. So hopefully all those made sense. If you had any issues with one of them, feel free to get in touch and I'll try to help you out. But let's go ahead and look a little bit more at turtle methods now. So I already showed you the idea of being able to change the shape of a turtle, but you can also adjust its color. So if we went back to Onshu here and we said like Onshu.color and we made it red, if we give this a go, you're going to see that now when Onshu shows up, we have a red turtle and it leaves a red line behind it. We can also adjust like the pen size. So we can say Onshu.pen size, by default it's 1, let's say it's 5. In which case now the line that Onshu leaves behind is going to be much thicker than it was before. Okay? So those are all different methods that we can do to adjust the turtle. We can also adjust the screen. So the screen here is called canvas, is the instance that we made. So we could say something like canvas.bgcolor, and you could make it yellow, for example. And if you did that, you're going to get now a yellow background with this red turtle drawing on top of it. Okay, so we can adjust characteristics of both the screen, like I did here with canvas, or of the turtle, like I did with Onshu. Either one of those is just fine. And that's really what I'm talking about here. Now, other things that you're going to want to do, so again, pause the video. I'd like you to try this check your understanding thing. So take a look at 9.3. So pause the video, go try those, and then come back. Okay, now that you've done that 9.3, I'd like you to take another look, scroll down after that if you haven't already, and I have some more mixed up programs here under 9.4. Please give these ones a try. So once again, pause the video, give these a go. You're just dragging code over into whatever order you think it should be. And finally, last thing for today is to do these practice problems. So the practice problems, basically what you're going to do is you're going to try these questions right here, color selection and drawing a square of any size. And those ones, what I'd like you to do, give them a try. For the first one here, for color selection, I've included a solution. Please don't look at that until you've done it yourself. And for drawing a square of any size, I will write a solution and put that in our GitHub folder. Okay, so go ahead, try some of these. You're welcome to do it either inside the textbook or inside of Thonny, but in any case, save your code wherever you're doing it.